So what's up, everybody? This is your boy Jonathan back at it again, and I wanted to talk about the deaths of the two homeless people. The first one happened in New York. He was basically yelling at some people on a train about being hungry and getting aggressive, and he was choked out and killed. And the second one, they were stealing from a Walgreens in San Francisco and got shot, and it's really sad. And I think it's that a lot of people don't have good communities with good resources, and a lot of people don't have mentors even in their older age. Like I think like even adults, we need to be in communities where we have resources so we can be able to get jobs and make money, and we need to be in communities with older people that can guide us sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We're never too old for that. And I think that's what these two people lacked. Like in the case of the homeless man in New York, it was kind of like obviously he didn't really have a good community that really helped him out and helped him with resources and had mentors in his life that was helping him because he was homeless and he was yelling and screaming at people on the train about money and he basically was a street dancer and used to dress up like Michael Jackson and dance for money. And I don't know if there was anybody in his life who said, "Hey, you can't be doing this forever," or helping him get, clean himself up to get a better job. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people just kind of, egged him on to just like dance and make his little money. So okay, and then they said that basically he had a mental breakdown because his mom died. He saw his mom get murdered, and that's what gave him a mental breakdown. And he had a mental health crisis for a long time after that. And it goes to show that it's like, what community were they in when that happened? You know what I'm saying? And did he try to get out that community, or he stayed in the same community with negativity and no resources and things at that of that nature? You know what I'm saying? And I think for him, that's really sad that he was stuck in those situations. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad because we need to treat people better than that, and we need to come together in communities and allow those people in and like kind of guide them and just be mentors to a lot of people because a lot of people need it. um in the case of the other guy, and the other thing about the New York guy, which is the case of the other guy, is when they did have some people on the news talk about like him and how nice he was, but none of those people on the news seemed like they were about anything. They just looked like they were all like kind of like, I mean, I'm not trying to judge, but none of them looked like they were high value, you know, had good jobs and were professionals and made money, and you know what I'm saying? They were basically on his same level and whatever level that was. And it's kind of sad. Like we really need a lot of people really need communities, and a lot of people really need mentors. And as far as this guy from San Francisco, was the same thing. Like, the same type of people came and talked about him on the news, and they didn't really, they just seemed like people on his same level. They didn't look like high profile people or high value people, which showed the type of community he was in. And it's the same thing where it's like, obviously if he's homeless and in that situation he doesn't have like a good community or guidance that's actually helping him. I mean, I'll put it like this: some people do get guidance, but they don't want to take it, and that's another thing. But I don't know. But the guy in San Francisco, he was also a the person in San Francisco was a trans person. They were a trans person, and he's already African American. I mean, this person is already African American like me, so as African Americans, we already have to struggle because of the color of our skin. But then to add on top of that being a trans person, it's like worse for like, networking and opportunities and stuff like that, people may not take you seriously, and you got to make a choice. And was there anybody in his life telling him, hey, I know you have these feelings about being a trans person, but um if you do this, it may affect the way that people view you. It may affect you being able to get into social circles and communities of value that have value to give you and help you out, or help you acquire a mentor that can teach you to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to look at these things. I don't know. Everybody always says mental health issue this and mental health issue that, which is true. I agree that a lot of people have mental health issues, but at the end of the day, we still have to bring those people into communities, and we still have to give those people some kind of guidance, because at the end of the day, a lot of the mental issues come from, like, trauma or problems they're having in life that they can't really solve. And it's kind of like, when people are in good communities, they may not have those, they may be able to handle those problems. And when they have mentors, they may be able to learn to overcome those problems. Like in my case, like when I was growing up, I was told that I couldn't hang around the good kids that were they had their stuff together and they were focusing on their future and they had good behavior, but I wasn't allowed to hang out. I wasn't really, it was frowned upon for me to want to hang out with those kids because of the color of their skin. And because of that, I lost a lot of guidance, and I lost a lot of resources and a lot of value because of, racial politics, where you can't hang out with these kids because of the color of their skin. And that's kind of sad. And it just kind of hurts sometimes to think about it, that it's like there's all of these politics to be in communities and to like meet people and be able to get the resources or get the guidance, because you have to realize that no man's an island and you can't do this alone. And the way I kind of got over everything was, I said, you know what, this is my life, this isn't anybody else's, and they can tell me whatever they want, but at the end of the day, if I know what they're saying isn't going to work and I'm listening to them, then it's my fault if it doesn't work out, not them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's my fault. So I had to go in and take things into my own hands. And that's why I came out here in New York to be an Orthodox Jew and hang out with the Orthodox Jewish community, you know, because I wanted to change my life through God, and I wanted to have some kind of guidance through life. You know what I'm saying? And so the whole point is, I'm saying, like, I think communities are very important, and I think having guidance is very important. And I don't want anybody out there to think like they're too old for a mentor, because everybody can drop some knowledge on you that can help change your life. And I just wish that those two guys who were struck down, I just wish that they had some kind of guidance in their life back in the day, or they had some kind of community, so it wouldn't have gone the way it went. So that's my opinion on that. I'm your boy Jonathan. I'm out, y'all. Peace.